Hello friends, welcome to the month of February. I can't believe February is here. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you how I do poppies in the garden. So there are several ways you can do them. You can just direct sow them wherever in the ground. Make sure there's not mulch and make sure it's the bare ground, right? Not mulch. Another way is just to direct sow them in containers. And you can also use the winter sowing method. So let me show you the three different ways you can do the poppies. So these are my winter sowing bottles. Here they are. I just checked on them and they do need some water, so I'm gonna go and make sure keep them moist. Very important, if you're doing the winter sowing, make sure you check on your bottles, make sure they are moist. When I lift this up, it feels dry to me, so I'm gonna come out and just give all of them some water. And then here is the one in the container that we did together. Same thing, when I look at this, the soil looks moist. But anyway, so that's what's going on there. So let's get out the sun. It's such a beautiful day and I'm really enjoying the beautiful weather. As you can see, the snow has melted. Yes, friends. So the sun is out, it's cold, but it still feels decent, right? Anyway, so I did some preparation inside already. So we're gonna do three different poppies. Friends, this one is really old. My friend gave it to me, but sometimes they say old seeds may germinate. So we're gonna just put all this in one container. So this is a ladybird poppy. It's so pretty. And then these are the ones I did last year from the dollar store. Oh my goodness. I think I got 100% germination, and I did them in the containers and I did some in the ground with you. I'll find a video and I'll link it down for you below. So we're gonna do all of these. All right, friends, let me take you over to the poppies. We did these in the winter. They're from the dollar store. Yes, California golden poppies. I planted some in the ground. Those haven't bloomed as yet, but look at these ones in the pot. It's beautiful. So I said I have to take a video before the blooms fade so that we can actually see what it looks like. And then that's the seed head. The seed heads are so pretty, and then we have another bud below here. But friends, these are the ones I said to you that we did using the winter sowing method. These were the seeds, the poppy seeds. Beautiful. This is from Baker Creek. My friend gave this to me, so we're gonna do these also. But as you can see here, I already prepared these bottles inside. And I'll link my video down for you below if you haven't seen how to do the winter sowing. So I go in depth how to cut the bottles and all that good stuff. So I'm using the single water bottle, and the reason for that is that a poppy, they don't like their roots to be disturbed, so to speak. So I didn't want to use a milk jug where I put a ton of them in there. Hopefully if one germinate, I could just take the entire root and just put it in a hole. So I did put a few seeds in here. But let's see, because sometimes you just don't want to put one seed in case the one seed doesn't germinate. So it's better to do few seeds as opposed to just one, because you never know what the chances will be, right? So the jelly bean is here, and you can use water bottles for these. And then this is a Gatorade bottle I use here. And friends, this is a hand soap bottle. Yeah, so I rinsed it out after it was empty, and I just cut it here. And when you cut this, make sure you put holes to the bottom. Very, very important, so the water can leak out. And then we're gonna leave the caps off, okay? So you put holes to the bottom, you cut it halfway, and then you make sure you label it. Very important, so you know what you have. And the soil should be moist. I didn't water these. I'm gonna water everything when I'm done doing this video. And then keep your eyes on them, so if it rains, you don't have to water it. But if there's no rain in your forecast or snow, make sure you water them. Put an alarm in your phone so you will remember, and I'll show you where you should put them. So that's one way of doing it, the winter sowing method. Make sure you put them in an open space like we did with those over there, where there's nothing covering it. Don't put them where there's trees. Don't put them where you have a balcony where the sun won't come in, because not just besides water and or snow liquid, you need the sunlight. So very important. I normally put them on my patio here, where I just have all the elements exposed to the elements. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do these. So let's put these guys right over here with them. And remember to make a note, in your garden journal the day you did them so you can keep track. And as I said to you guys before, I like to put the water bottles in between the milk jugs, because when it's windy, I'm telling you, the wind can actually blow over these small light water bottles. So that's why I'm tucking them in here. And then I'll put the water bottle around the perimeter just to protect them. Oops, this one fell. And when I did the seeds with these friends, I surface sown them. That's what the seed packet said, because they need light to germinate. So don't go bury them, just sprinkle them on top the surface, okay? Hopefully this one is okay. It kind of spilled there, but that's okay. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm adding like a perimeter right there, so they're tucked in nicely. If you don't have the water bottles, you can probably get some heavy rocks and just put them around the water bottles so they keep them in place. All right, so that's one way of doing your poppies. And then let me show you how I do them in the container. Up next, we're gonna do the jelly bean California poppy. This is from Baker Creek. And this one says surface sown also, and it will take 14 to 21 days to germinate. I remember when I did these from the dollar store, friends, I was eyeing them and they took forever. But when they got really warm, then they started to germinate. They resemble carrots to me, I think, and they just took off, and I really enjoyed the blooms on them. So we're gonna go ahead and put these in containers, and these will take 70 days to bloom. And poppies love the cool weather, so if you want to try poppies, do them in the cool weather, or you can put the seed packet in the fridge, but they need to be exposed to some sort of cold weather. So here I have the jelly bean. It's really windy, so what I'm gonna do here is what I did last year with the dollar store California poppy in the same container, right? So in no form, shape, pattern, you just take your hands, see that, and we just sprinkling them. Yes, I know I have a dusty miller there, but I don't want to disturb it. I'm thinking I can reuse it when spring is here. So that's all I do here. I just sprinkle the poppy on top. So let's go over to the next container and we're gonna repeat the process. Next is the one from the dollar store. This is the extra golden poppy. This one says sow depth 1/4, but I'm just gonna direct sow it on the top, and it says days to germinate 14 to 21 days. So that's almost 2 weeks to 3 weeks it takes to germinate. And it says hardy annual silky golden orange foliage, bloom early on erect slender stems above lacy blue-gray foliage. Compact plants are drought tolerant and sturdy despite their delicate appearance. California state flower. So yes, I really enjoyed this one. It was so pretty, and we have the seeds in here, friends. So let's go to this container. And what I like in the fall is to just have some soil in a nursery container like this and just keep it out, so when I do my winter sowing, especially poppies, I don't have to go look for potting soil or a container. So this has been sitting out here since fall, so obviously the soil is really cold, so that's good for the seeds, right? So the same thing we're gonna do. And what I can do when I'm ready to use my terracotta container, I just take out this nursery container and just put another one in, so I don't have to wait until all these blooms are become spent bloom. So that's another container. Next we have the ladybird poppy, friends. That one expired in 2013. My friend found it and I'm like, you know, give it to me, I'm gonna try it. So here the seeds are here, so let's go over here and we're gonna put them in this container, so at least I can look back at the video and see if seeds from 2013 still works. So we're gonna put it just in this one here, and we're gonna put all of them. Oh, my fingers are becoming really numb. It's cold. There you go. So they're all in here, the expired ones. So I'm really excited to share with you if they will germinate. And then the other method we're gonna do is to just direct sow them right on the ground. So we have 1 packet of the California poppy. So let's walk around the garden and see if we can find a bare spot. So right here by the fish pond will be good. Do you see that? This is just the ground there. However, if you have a foot traffic area, don't put them there, because guess what? I'm gonna be stepping here in spring to clean out the fish pond, so that would not be a good area to put them. So just something to keep in mind, even though you might see a bare spot in your garden. Think about if you step there, or you would need to get in there to do anything. Let's see. And your poppy likes full sun, so something to keep in mind. I'm trying to think of an area where I don't have foot traffic front, and I found a spot. It was really hard to find a spot because I noticed there's mulch almost everywhere in my garden. So this part I extended in fall. This is a new garden, but in the front, not sure if you guys remember that. And friends, look what we have coming up here. Yes, these are irises we planted together. I am like so excited. So guess what? In no form, shape, or fashion, I'm just gonna sprinkle some poppy right there on the ground. There you go. And see what works there. What I'm gonna do, not sure if it makes sense, but I'm still gonna do it, is just take my seed packet and just press down so that way the seeds become intact with the soil. Not that I could see where they went, but it's worth doing it, right? So that way the wind doesn't blow them away. Normally when you do this in the ground, you need a lot of seeds, okay? A lot of them. But I'm just doing this just to demonstrate to you how you do poppies directly on the ground. And friends, I'm not sure if you remember when we did these in late fall. One of the rows, I don't know which one of them, we have poppies in there. I don't know which one, but this is how these seeds are doing. These are cool hardy seeds. Yep. So I did nigella, I did larkspur, I did snapdragons, I did a lot of poppies in there, bells of Ireland. Do you see them? Yep. So those are our seeds we did together. I think this one is bells of Ireland. I think I recognize the foliage, but look at how it is doing. But let me go over here and give you a tip with your poppies that we did in the containers. Friends, oh my goodness, my fingers are really cold. Anyway, so why am I not wearing gloves? I don't know. So I did a video recently with different budget items from the dollar store, friends. I'll link it down for you below. You have to watch it and you have to get to the dollar store and see what you can pick up, because I'm telling you, they will not last. But I recommended these to you guys. I have a ton of them, right? And they come in handy for when you have bulbs coming up and you have the squirrels that go after your bulbs and stuff, or if you just plant out a seedling, they come in really handy. But this is another way I use them when I do my poppy, because guess what, if you leave your poppies like this, how we just did this, I don't know about you, but I think the squirrels or rodents will go dig around, right? Okay, these squirrels, they not sleep, friends. I've seen them from fall, the winter, the snow. These squirrels are out. I thought they're supposed to go somewhere and not be present. I don't know, but anyway, so here we have these waste basket. These are from the dollar store. And let me show you how I use them. Friends, so this is what I do. I cover those in the pot with this mesh basket from the dollar store. I'm telling you, there's so many uses for these in the garden. So I strongly recommend you should get some before they're gone. They come in really, really handy. So we're gonna cover, we already covered this one here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put a rock on top because it's windy, so that way it doesn't get flipped over. And here's the other batch we did with the expired, well, old seeds, I should say. And the same thing here, we're just gonna cover it. And that's what I did last year, and it worked. And I kept them covered throughout spring, friends. Yes, until I had nice good seedlings, and I know the squirrels will not even be bothered to go to them. So here is this one. Then I'm gonna find more rocks and cover the other two containers. You know what, friends, I was talking about the squirrels going after my seeds. Never even gave any thought to these birds. I don't know where they came from, okay? So I just came inside to get water so we could water the milk jugs, and they came out of nowhere. So just keep that in mind. That's why we're covering the seeds in the container. Not just the squirrels, poor thing, always blaming them, but my lovely friends up in the trees, the birds. Alrighty, that was so pretty just watching them. And I know when I go back in, they're just gonna come, they would come and just cover the entire back garden, and they'd be looking, I don't know what they're looking for right now, but they're picking stuff out of the grass. Just look at that, so pretty. But anyways, let's get back out here and we're gonna finish watering our milk jugs. Look at that, friends. Oh my goodness, do you see them? What is in the grass? They're eating something in the grass. If you know what's going on here, I would love to know. Let me know down in the comment box below. What do you think is happening here? This is a beautiful sight, and I always see it around this time every year, but today look at that. Normally they're on this side, so I'm thinking I'm disturbing them. That's why they're on that side over there. Let me know down below if you know what's happening over there. So I'm just gonna water these with you so you can see what's going on here. So I just have a milk jug, and do you see that I put holes in the top of the cap? So I don't like to just pour the water in the container because I feel like it's gonna wash away the seeds. So this is how I do it here, like that. Also, you can use the spray bottle from the dollar store. I have a spray bottle inside. It works really good, but I feel like it takes a little longer, right, than the big jug, right? So that's what I do. I just put the cap on the milk bottle and just water it all in, and you can see the water drained out over there. So everybody got a really good drink of water. Yeah, so they're all good now. So remember, even though this method is easy, you have to remember to keep the soil moist. Okay, that's the only thing you need to do, is make sure you give them water. And then here's this tray here. So I was like trying to figure out how am I gonna do this, right? I don't want to take the lid off, the bottom off, so I'm just gonna pour water in really gently. Do you see that? And it's going down in the cracks there. Wow, that's amazing. So right there in the crack on top, just taking my time. There's holes on top I put there, and it just making its way and making sure it's distributed to all of the cell trays here in the bottom. Just look at that. So excited about this. You can water in these, but because I'm out here, I'm just gonna do it. You don't have to, but I'm just gonna give it some water because it's out here. And I like how the mesh from the basket is helping me not to wash the seeds away, so to speak, right? So I'm gonna put it right here on the rock, and it will just spray, get in there. Just a little you need. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know down in the comment box below, how do you start your poppy? If you have another way you start your poppy. And I may go to dollar store and pick up more of the California poppy because I really love them. If you sprinkle in the ground, just remember you might need to go heavy-handed. So I think I'm going to go back to dollar store and pick up more of the California poppy and walk around the garden and see where else I can sprinkle them, because it's really fun doing it. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you how I do poppies the 3 ways. So we did direct sowing in the ground, we did in the container, and we did in the milk jug method. And also you got to see how to take care of your milk jugs, right? So I'll link the dollar store video down for you below, and I'll link my other poppy video I did last year, and I should be able to put some clips within the video so you can see what the poppies look like. All right, friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Remember, spring is near. Okay, let me digress. Let me show you. Spring is near. What do you see here? Daffodils. Yes, friends. So make sure you're already preparing for the 2025 garden season. It's February. The daffodils are peeping out the ground. I'm so excited. So spring will be here. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves as always, and cheers.